Academy of Western Artists, who are honoring our next speaker with their Bootmaker of the Year award on Saturday, March 12th in Fort Worth, Texas, at the Texas Christian University. It will be broadcast on pay-per-view. You can contact Paul for more information if you'd like. Our next speaker has had a lifelong affinity with leather, beginning as a boy in Cub Scouts. Upon discharge from the Air Force, he began a 25-year career of boot and shoe repair in the central coast of California, during which time he made his first 3 pair of boots. After 5 years working in a manufacturing setting, making gun leather in Phoenix, he moved to the Victorian western town of Prescott, Arizona. From here, he has continued to pursue that original love of things leather, particularly Western boots. Ladies and gentlemen, recognize his body of work. I'd like to present to you the Academy of Western Artists Bootmaker of the Year, Mr. Paul Krause.
This actually is a very beautiful trophy. Thank you very much. With deep appreciation that I express my thanks for the recognition for my body of work. Actually, it's an award that I thought I would be a lot grayer when I received, but I certainly appreciate receiving it now. Bobby, you and your staff that put together this dinner and this award show have done a fantastic job. It's a big event. You've done it for 20 years, and you've got it down to perfection. The Academy of Western Artists does its work by bringing visibility to the artists, the Western artists, who are striving to improve their work and who are willing to share with persons who are new to their craft. Their mission is to preserve and promote the Western arts. And that's my mission as well as a bootmaker. I like to say that the cowboy boot is an icon of our American heritage. There's one particular Olympics that I remember seeing the Olympic team walking into the arena. They all had cowboy hats on and cowboy boots. Everybody looked really sharp. The girls weren't quite as cute as Texas cowboy cheerleaders, Dallas cowboy cheerleaders, but it was obvious that this was the American team. And all over the world, Americans are recognized or Western wear is recognized as an American, and the cowboy boot works as an icon of our independence and individuality as Americans as well. There's one person that I want to especially thank, and that is my bootmaking teacher, D.W. Fromer. I've told him before that I'm really glad to have his voice in my head when I'm at the bench. I'll be operating on doing a particular operation, and something that he shared with me will come into my mind, and I'll think about that. It actually helps me to go forward with the process and to do an excellent job on it to the extent that I can. When I was called on the phone and told by Bobby that the award for Bootmaker of the Year was being awarded to me, he used the expression that it was from my body of work, not an individual pair that was receiving a blue ribbon, but the body of work. And that really means a lot to me because I have a little bit different style than a lot of other bootmakers. I'm not cowboy necessarily myself. I make Western boots. You know the difference between Western boots and cowboy boots, don't you? One has the manure on the outside. So most of the people who come to me are not necessarily working cowboys. I have made a few pair and I enjoy doing that a lot. But many of the others who come have maybe moved to the West, feel like now they finally have the freedom in their own circle of friends and family that they can wear a pair of boots. Maybe they were never able to get into them. Or maybe there's something special that they want to express. I remember 3 sisters who came in. Mother had passed and the inheritance had been distributed and they were all together. and one of them came into the shop with a Christmas ornament that her mother had given her of a cowboy boot with a saguaro cactus on the side. And that was the design that she chose. And I thoroughly enjoyed getting to make that for her. Probably this may be the most traditional cowboy style of the ones that I've made. I call them Geller butterflies. They're 16-inch tops with forest green, water buffalo, top leather, kangaroo yellow, and the foot is of black horsehide. The other boots that I make usually follow a theme, and I like the elements of design. The Western theme is just very broad, and there's so many things that relate to that. Like the squash blossom special, maybe you saw the one that had the squash blossom necklace around it. That was, the woman who I made that for was beautiful in a black dress. She has 6 pairs of my boots, and when she has her squash blossom necklace on and that black dress, it's a beautiful look. I suggested that we make her boots to look like that, and she thought that was a great idea. I'm very happy with how they came out. The only art instruction I've had is maybe one course besides high school, but in Phoenix when we lived down there, I took an art course, and the elements of design stuck in my mind, and I try to use those in my boot making. So the elements of design being color and contrast, texture, repetition, and balance. And this award feels like an affirmation of that effort, and I thank you.